From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, December 5th. We are off to a wet start. Most of central Indiana getting rain out there. Few areas up north are having a bit of a wintry mix. The weather depends a lot on the temperature today and the road temperature, especially this morning. Throughout the day, though, we're going to get to the low to mid 40s. Skies will stay mostly cloudy.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
To breaking news, IMPD says a cyclist was hit and killed this morning on the southwest side. It happened at Raymond Street and South Harding Street at around 6:30 this morning. Traffic in that area was shut down and detoured for quite some time. Police tell us a car collided with the bicycle. More breaking news. One person has died in a crash on I-69 in Fishers. This happened just after midnight in the northbound lanes between 106 and State Road 37. Police have not given us any details about what happened or who the victim is. Also breaking, police say one person is awake and breathing after being shot in the head on the northeast side of Indianapolis while trying to stop some strange activity outside. IMPD says it happened at around 2:15 this morning on Fall Creek Parkway near 46th and Binford Boulevard. Officers say two men were driving when they saw a group of people loading up guns and tried to intervene. That's when shots were fired. Officers say the man who was shot has a minor injury. Police are now looking for 2 to 3 people involved in the crime. So far, no one is under arrest. A neighborhood also on the northeast side wants answers after the shooting death of an 18-year-old. The young woman was found near 75th and Hague Road. News 8's Amisha Ramsey has this story.
Police are actively searching for the individuals, the people or person involved in this shooting. However, there hasn't been any information released as far as a suspect in this case. However, it happened around 6:45 p.m. Sunday at the 73rd 100 block of Scarborough Boulevard, South Drive, South. Now, officers found the victim, an 18-year-old Ariel Calhoun, in the street with gunshot wounds. Sadly, she died at the scene from her injuries. A neighbor, Jeff Carnes, described the neighborhood as quiet. Now, he expressed shock surrounding Calhoun's shooting death.
We moved in 38 years ago, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened in all that time. And we were all rattled last night.
Again, police are actively searching for the suspects involved in this case. If you have any information, IMPD is urging you to contact detectives or their tip line. For now, we'll send it back to the studio. Misha Ramsey for Wish TV, WishTV.com, and like us on Facebook.
State police tell ITMate that gunfire on the interstate is happening much more often. The most recent happened over the weekend on I-65 near downtown Indianapolis. Troopers found Luis Martinez Sunday afternoon in a van riddled with bullet holes. We told you about this story yesterday morning. State police say the numbers are rising sharply. They tell us that this is the 54th shooting on an interstate in Indiana just this year.
For context, just in 2018 and 2019, each of those 2 years, we only had 9 interstate shootings. The following year, we had in the 20s, and then in 2021, it shot up significantly.
Police say there have been another 213 incidents this year where someone showed a gun but did not fire a shot. ITMate is also talking to people shaken by a shooting in Bloomington during a house party near IU's campus. Investigators say people at the house turned away Isaiah Ramos and 2 other people because one of them had a gun. They say that led to a fight, and Ramos fired into a crowd, killing Tyreek Bridgewaters. We talked to a man who lives 2 doors down.
We were very lucky. There was actually a bullet hole right above a window that one of our roommates always sits on the couch. So we were very fortunate that, none of us were here.
Ramos is charged with murder and criminal recklessness. Now to the war between Israel and Hamas. As Israel intensifies its aerial bombardment of southern Gaza, top UN officials are warning of what they call an apocalyptic situation with no safe place for civilians to go. The Hamas-controlled health ministry says more than 80% of people in Gaza are now displaced. Doctors at a hospital in southern Gaza say they have more patients needing treatment than they can even help. The World Health Organization says there's growing concern about increased disease and illness across the region, and that the situation will get worse if Gaza is not allowed to put the health system back together. The Rutgers Global Health Institute also warns that the war has created the required environments for a deadly disease outbreak. New on Daybreak, 4 Republicans are set to square off in this week's presidential debate, but the frontrunner is, again, not one of them. Debate organizers confirm that Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and Vivek Ramaswamy have met the debate qualifications. It's the smallest number of candidates in the debate so far. Former President Trump says he will skip this one, as he has with the first 3, and will instead attend a private fundraiser in Florida. Florida's Governor, Ron DeSantis, says that voters deserve to hear from Trump. To qualify for the debate, candidates need at least 6% of voter support in 2 national polls and 2 polls from early voting states. Remember, Wish TV is your home for tomorrow's presidential debate. You can watch it live starting at 8 o'clock. The man at the center of the S-Town podcast has been shot and killed in a police standoff. According to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Tyler Goodson was shot by police early Sunday morning after he locked himself inside a home and waved a gun at officers. The S-Town podcast broke records when it came out in 2017 and went on to win a Peabody Award. In Pacers Watch, the team has stamped its ticket to Las Vegas, advancing in the NBA in-season tournament. Team saw a near sold-out crowd last night as they fought to beat the Boston Celtics. Tyrese Halliburton led the way with a triple-double and helped break the game's tied score in the final 90 seconds. Halliburton shared how the team was feeling after the 122-112 win.
Feels good. Good to win, especially in a game where nobody expected us to, and you don't play on national TV if you don't win games. So the more we come out here and prove that on a night-to-night basis that we can win games, it's going to change, And that's all we're about right now is, changing how this organization is viewed.
The Pacers will play in Las Vegas on Thursday. They face the winner from tonight's game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. New on Daybreak, Rizz is this year's Oxford Word of the Year. Oxford University Press says it comes from the word charisma. It's defined as style, charm, or attractiveness, and the ability to attract a romantic partner. The iconic dictionary says the word received more than 32,000 votes for the top spot. Other contenders for the 2023 Word of the Year were prompt, situationship, and swifty. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com, and of course, like us on Facebook.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.